Many have come out against Biden, especially those that you wouldn't think would be against a president that many would consider sort of a centrist, but they attacked him. Luckily, he had the defense of quite a few progressives that came out in support of him. But anyhow, it was great seeing this particular congressman come out in support of what was actually done. Check it out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Joe Biden made the right decision to get us out of Afghanistan, number one. Number two, he is getting a ton of unfair criticism by the armchair quarterbacks who want to believe that there was some easy solution. The alternative is being presented. Gosh, if we had just stayed, we could have stayed in a peaceful situation, and had a minimal presence. None of that is true. If we had stayed, we would have been continuing the war. Everyone forgets that there was this peace deal that President Trump negotiated that ended on May 1st. And if we had announced that we were staying, we would have been back in a war, and it would have been irresponsible to put 2,500 U.S. troops in Afghanistan. They wouldn't have the protection. It would have had to have been more. So I think a lot of the analysis, and I'm with Ruben Gallego, by the way, if you've read his comments, the congressman from Arizona, about all these generals who couldn't figure out how to get the government to work in Afghanistan over the course of 20 years, now coming on shows like this and saying Biden made the wrong call, he should have stayed. Well, either those people are incredibly incompetent and couldn't accomplish what they're now saying Biden should try to accomplish, or it wasn't accomplishable. So I feel very strongly that there's a lot of unfair criticism coming down on President Biden.
Absolutely so. Look, I mean, there are all these second-day quarterbacks that are coming out to say, well, they should have waited for the winter. Well, they should have waited or held on a bit longer. Held on a bit longer for what? The reality is the reason there were quite a few people talking about trying to hold on longer or staying longer is that they hoped something would have happened, an explosion, an attack, or something that would have then said, well, we're not leaving after all because we have to go in and take vengeance for them actually attacking Americans. And I know when that terrorist attack occurred that killed those 13 heroes that we had there helping those people in, many would have wanted us to use that as the excuse to stay. Well, it was time to end the war. And like what Barry McCaffrey said, this war is over. And I am not going to complain about how much better the exit could have happened and that Joe Biden could have done a better job. If these guys took 20 years to fail, how do you want something corrected in 6 months? We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.